Hey guys, it's Aria, and this video is going to be about school. I'm sorry if some of you guys have already started school, but I'm going to make this video to basically help you guys with this school year. Actually, I start in 2.5 weeks. I start the first Thursday of September. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the South, whatever, you guys start on the 19th, right? So I thought you guys should watch this video 2 days in advance. So the main three things I'm going to try and cover in this video are: number one, freshman advice. I'm a sophomore, so that will help. Number two, bullying and all that stuff. And then number three, procrastination and trying to get your grades up and all that stuff. Okay, so starting out with the first one. So last year I was a freshman, and I knew no one at the school except for my sister that was a senior. But it wasn't because we moved or anything. It was because I personally didn't want to go to the other high school. That I literally, okay, I'm confessing, you guys, if you're watching this video and you went to my middle school, I'm confessing right now, I could have went to that high school, but I didn't want to, and so I chose to go to the high school I go to now. And the reasons why are because my middle school, it was just too much drama, and I couldn't do that for another 4 years. I just couldn't do it. It was so much drama. Okay, so I wouldn't this one person, she came up to me and she was like, "Why are you talking mess about me?" And I'm like, "Excuse me, I don't even know you. What's your name again? I don't know you. Why are you coming up to me saying I talk stuff about you? I don't even know your name. So how can I talk about you if I don't know your name?" It was just so much drama, as you can see from just that example. And a lot of people were fake at that school. I'm pretty sure I know the definition of fake, because that school basically taught me not to stay away from certain people. Anyway, I'm not gonna say the name of that high school because I don't want you guys thinking that oh yeah, it's a bad high school, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna tell you guys the name of my high school, so I don't want you guys to be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go there," or well, I don't know. You guys might go there eventually. I don't know, but yeah, I don't want you guys knowing where I live. I actually live pretty open place. Yeah, live on a main street. So yeah, I don't want you guys knowing where I live. So two advice on freshman advice. So I advise you guys to probably join a club or sports. I actually joined one club, and the name of the club was called Reach, and it was basically about if you're Christian, mainly Christians went to that club. And I don't know what you guys' religion is, but if you're Christian, you would fit in that club. And we talked about God, and we read scriptures and stuff. We related to stuff in our everyday life and stuff like that. And then we prayed for each other. So yeah, it was a pretty cool club. Yeah, I'm not a nerd or anything. All I do is clubs and all that stuff. Yeah, and homework. No, actually, I do sports. I did 2 sports. I did cross country and track. I'm not sure for sure if I was on varsity for cross country, so I'm not going to say that was a varsity sport. Track, I'm pretty sure it was a varsity sport because on the certificate I got varsity. I'm not trying to say bragging "Oh yeah, I'm on varsity," all that stuff. Yeah, but I was on varsity. I went to state as a freshman. Yeah. So yeah, track is pretty much my thing. I really love track. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So I would say cross country, it's a pretty hard sport. We ran 5 miles, and that was for regular day conditioning. We'd sprint more than a quarter of a mile. We'd sprint more than a quarter of a mile, and then we would have a half a lap to a slow jog, then we start that up again. Yeah, and there was hills and all that stuff. It really sucked, but yeah, it's just something to get me in shape for track. And then in the middle season, when they have basketball, gymnastics, all that stuff, I just try to run on my own. Yeah. So yeah, try to get involved in a sport, especially a fall sport. Okay, you should join a fall sport. Cross country started on the 26th for me, and it's really cool because if you don't know anyone, you can meet people in that sport. And for cross country, okay, so on the first day of school, there's freshman day, a day for everyone else. So I literally knew no one, and so right when I was thinking oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing, I know no one, this is so awkward and all this stuff, one of my friends from cross country was "Oh, hey Aria," and I was like, "Hey," and then we just start talking, and then later on that day, I met some of her friends, and then it was kind of cool, and then, like, I met more friends, and more friends, and more friends, but yeah, all that stuff. Then I kind of figured out, like, who everyone was and stuff. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Also, yeah, so that's pretty, like, you can see how, like, cross country really helped me out for, like, friends and stuff, because I actually could, like, get involved and, like, know other people and stuff. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to say for trying to fit in and stuff. For procrastination, I know procrastination, the word is like overused. Like they should use another word because it kind of gets annoying to me. Like people are like, oh, I procrastinate. I'm like, just shut up. Like say something else. Like I just didn't do my work or something because it's kind of annoying. People at my school use that word too much. This is kind of embarrassing, but my sister, she was in the Hall of Fame for most procrastination. Yeah, that's so embarrassing. Yeah, well, it's not really that embarrassing, but it's not really that embarrassing, but I think it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know. I don't want to be a procrastinator like her when I'm a senior trying to get my stuff together. Yeah. Okay, so I know everyone will be like, oh, don't procrastinate and all this stuff. So basically what I would say, if like you have stuff after school, like sports or whatever, like right after that, like take your shower, like do whatever you want to do or whatever, and then like about like 5 or 6 o'clock or whatever, then you should probably start on your homework. And then I would say, like for me, my mom, like all I have is my iPod because like my mom said she's not paying for my next phone, and she wasn't gonna pay for the bill either. So I'm like, okay, I don't have a job, so I'm just gonna get an iPod and use that as a phone. Yeah, it's pretty smart, isn't it? Because, you know, there's Wi-Fi everywhere. So, yeah, my mom, she takes my iPod away right when I get home from school. And so, basically, I have my computer, but I have it for, like, tutor.com and stuff. And so, if you're like me, like, some people probably be, like, on their Facebook and all. I don't have a Facebook, but, like, yeah, they'd be, like, on their Facebook and Twitter. Don't got that. But anyway, yeah, and they'd probably be, like, on their Facebook and stuff. And then, yeah, they'd be, like, not doing their homework. But if you want to take your life seriously, like, you need to get your grades together because, like, think of it this way. Like, this actually really scared me. I was thinking one day, and I'm like, imagine if my parents weren't here, and imagine if I just had to fend for myself, okay? So if you had to fend for yourself, and you had, like, and like, your parents weren't there, like, you would have to, like, literally figure stuff out. Like, you can't be on your phone all day and expect to, like, magically something's just gonna happen. Like, I'm on my iPod a lot, but, like, I actually try to notice stuff that's, like, I don't know, that's like relevant, because like if like literally just think of your parents, like what would you do if you were all by yourself and you had like common sense, all that stuff that you learned in school? Like how would you like survive? Like I mean, like I just kind of think of that sometimes, and I'm kind of thinking about it like, okay, if I really want to like just focus on the internet and not do my homework, and I just fail freshman year, I fail sophomore year, I fail like all the way till senior year, where am I gonna go? Like I don't want to, like, you don't want to be that kid that's going to be sitting on your mom's couch when you're 4 years old and 40 years old at your mom's house, still, like, just living there. Like, you don't have a job, or let's say you do have a job, but it's like one of those ones that pay, like you're at Walmart or something, you're paying like minimum, you're like McDonald's or something, you're like minimum wage, and you don't have a college degree, you don't have an education, and you don't like know where you're gonna go. Like you need to know where you're gonna go, because like it starts from school. Like when they say education is really important, I know some stuff, like I took geometry last year, and some of the stuff really doesn't afflict me, because like it doesn't affect me because, like, I'm not going to be this big mathematician, but you still have to pay attention because that's going to be part of your GPA. If you fail, I promise you, if you fail a class, that will bring your GPA, like, down so much. Okay, honestly, I'll admit, I failed Spanish this year, but it wasn't because, it was actually I know it's my fault, but, okay, my workload was really terrible because when I first, okay, Cambridge is, like, the advanced classes, and I'm not, like, bragging about it or anything, I'm just telling you, like, my middle school did not prepare me at all, and I was supposed to be in, yeah, so I was in Cambridge, full Cambridge. I didn't have, well, geometry, it was like just geometry, but that's still a year ahead because it's a sophomore class, and I took Cambridge Spanish, and then Cambridge History, Cambridge English, Cambridge Biology, yeah, so I took those classes, and then, in December. Okay, so our semester ends at the end of like January 31st. Like basically that's when it ends, but for us it's like the 29th because the data day and all that, they put their stuff in their computer, all that stupid stuff. So so I got into Spanish in December, and like the teacher, like honestly, like I'm not trying to talk rude about her or anything, but I think it's pretty messed up because everyone has had like 3.5 months more than me. Okay, no, I'll like just tell you this. I only had 1 month in that class. Everyone else had 5 months. Okay, you know how there's December and you have your winter break for 2 weeks? I literally came on that Thursday. So I had Thursday, Friday, and then went off to winter break. Okay, so when I came back, it was January. And yeah, because I was in the Spanish 1 general, because the Cambridge 1, like everyone was in that class for like 3 years. I mean, they had Spanish for 3 years, so they already knew what he was talking about. Like, he was talking in Spanish. But the new teacher I had, it's kind of a little bit more easier, but she was like, yeah, you have to meet like, so we have power standards or whatever, and 9, if you meet all 9 of them, you have 100%, you have an A and all that stuff. So you have 8 of them, you have a B. If you have 7 of them, you have a C. If you have 6 of them, you have a D, but they call that an I, which is in progress or incomplete or whatever. And then if you have 5 and under, if you have 5 and under, you have an F and you're failed the class that semester or whatever. Okay, so if I just came into the class, wouldn't you make it easier? Like, I should only get 6, that should be an A. No, get 7 to pass the class. And if you get 6, then you make a contract of her that next semester you'll get a C or better, so you can get a C for that semester. Okay, so I had to do that because I was like, I almost had a C, but you know, I mean, like a C is really bad. Like, I really try not to get C's, but I was actually wanted to get a C because I was like only in that class for a month and I had to learn Spanish. And then I got an I, which is a D for you guys, I guess. And she was like, okay, we'll make a contract. Okay, we'll make a contract. I was actually really happy because the first 2 months, we had February and March, I had an A in that class. I was like, yes, I'm gonna, you know, my GPA, you know, all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm really gonna do really good in this class, all this stuff. Okay, then we take a couple tests, and like what made me mad about Spanish, like I know like you have to like use like different things, like you have to use like, I don't know, Spanish is just really hard. And so whenever I take like I know my vocabulary words. You could ask me any question in Spanish, like you would ask me any word from Spanish 1, how to say like food, comida. Like I know my Spanish, but I don't know really how to put them in sentences. And actually, you know, it's weird. I actually passed my paragraph, but I couldn't pass my sentences. I think that's really weird. But yeah, so I like do terribly on the test, and that's basically why I got an F in that class. And so I had an I and an F, and then they say when you go to the end of the year, an I turns into an F, so I failed that whole entire class. Okay, but this is going back to the GPA. If I drop that class completely, which I hope she gives me no credit, my GPA will be a 3.41. And if she doesn't, it'll be a 2.92. And 2.92, my thing is a B minus. And if she drops it, I'll have a B plus for my GPA. But that just tells you, if you fail a class, that makes it go down by 0.5, and that's a lot. Just for one class. Like, that's terrible. Like, that's just terrible. The rest of my grades, geometry I got an A, English I got an A, biology I got an A, and then Avid I had an A, but that was like my elective class, I got an A. History I got a B. That's a long story about that one because there was like a CBA, and since I didn't cite my source, I supposedly plagiarized the whole paper, which I didn't because I'm pretty sure a lot of the stuff out of my essay was stuff that I would never see on the internet. Like, it was stuff that like, because I didn't mind about processed foods versus whole foods. And like my family's really organic and stuff, so I basically like related to like stuff that me and my mom do like to make our food healthier and stuff. Okay, but like my teacher, no one really likes him or whatever, but he wanted to say that I plagiarized the paper because I didn't cite my sources, and he's like, this sounds too smart for you to write. Like basically that's what he was telling me. Like he was saying like these words are too big for you to say in your paper, and I'm like, so supposedly since I wrote words that were too big, I plagiarized. Like, are you serious? Like, just because I have my own words, I look in the dictionary for better words to make myself, to make the paper more educated, he's gonna say that I plagiarized, and like, that made me really mad because I worked really hard on that. Like, literally, I stayed up till like 1 o'clock one day, and I actually had school then. Okay, I had track, school, and I stayed up that long. Like, I stayed up to 2 a.m., 1 a.m. in the morning to do that paper. And then I completely failed it. Okay, so he has like nothing to do. He gives us, okay, we did that paper in March, we turned it in March 21st. I remember that date. He gives it back to us like sometime in the beginning of June. Okay, we get out June 18th. He's like, you guys have a week to redo this paper. Like, I mean, like, are you serious? That took us like a month. You're gonna give me a week to redo the whole entire paper? Oh, this time it can only be 7 pages. Okay. So I was really mad. I was like, I have to redo this paper. I have other things to do. So yeah, I was actually not gonna redo the paper. Like, I was like, there has to be another way. Because like my friend, she didn't pass the paper either, but she got a C in the class, so that's passing. I had an F because I needed to do the essay or whatever. So then I was like, I have to figure out some other way to like do this without doing the essay. But I'm like, you know what? There's no other way around it. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, no procrastination. You just got to do it. So then I did the essay, and actually my sister was graduating that year. My grandma came, and you know, she's from like old school, so she knows what to, so she actually kind of helped me with my paper. And then actually I don't know what grade I got on it, because this is what happened. I turned it in, and then the second to last day of school, he's like, I just fail you in this class. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, you didn't turn in the regrade sheet or whatever. So then I do that. I turned it in last day of school. Last day of school, yeah. Then when I got my grade report, I was like, oh my gosh, hopefully I passed this class. And then it said B. So yeah, I got a B in that class, but I don't know what I got on my CBA. Probably got a B on that too, but whatever. I really just want a 4.0, but okay, well actually I calculated, I'm kind of a nerd. I calculated my GPA if I get straight A's all the way to senior year, and the best possible GPA I can get is a 3.85. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I'd have to get straight A's. Okay, and yeah, and then now I'm gonna talk about bullies. So basically just avoid them. Try not to hang around that crowd. Okay, another thing I like to say is like, if someone's pressuring you to do something you don't want to do, okay, I don't care what names they call you, don't do it. Like, if you, like, someone's telling you to smoke weed and you don't want to do it because you want to have like a clean system like I do, like, I don't want to smoke weed with you. Like, I don't care if you call me a dork or a nerd, I'm not smoking weed with you. Like, I don't care. Like, I will like use whatever excuse, like, oh my god, my dad's gonna kill me. My dad would kill me too if I was smoking. Like, that's so stupid. Like, I'm not, okay, also, like, I don't want to get stupid, or like, I'm not trying to smoke weed and then get stupid, and then he'll notice and he'll be like, oh, why are you acting that way? And then why are you eating up all the food? Well, actually, I already do eat up all the food, but still, like, don't do it, you guys. Like, just say no. Like, I was on the bus yesterday, and there was this guy, and he was like, I don't think he was on, I know he was on something. Like, he literally got in front of us, and he was like all up in my personal space, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, are you okay? Like, he was just like all up on like, he was like leaning against this girl, she didn't even know him, and it was just terrible. And the bus driver barely knew until me and my mom started getting loud. My mom was like, if you touch my kid, I'm about to smack him. And then the bus driver was like, oh, what's going on down there? You need to sit down and stuff like that. Yeah. Basically, yeah. So yeah, I basically say that's how you deal with bullies. Just like make up whatever excuse, and just if they're your real friends, they'll stick by your side. If they're not, obviously, you know, you need to make better friends. If your friends are trying to pressure you to do, I can see like I have acquaintances kind of whatever, and I pretty much know they smoke, but I'm not gonna be like buddy with them. Oh yeah, let's hang out, let's have a sleepover, all that stuff, because obviously I'm gonna start being like them. Something my mom always told me, and I remember it, is, show me your friends, I'll show you. So if my friend's smoking weed and I'm not, like, that's kind of hard to believe, because, and like, let's say all my friends are smoking weed but I'm not, like, that's kind of hard to believe because you're gonna think that I am. Like, yeah. So I'd say, like, try to find friends that are like you, because if you invite them to your house, your parents will obviously notice, like, oh, why is that girl like that, and is my daughter gonna be like that and stuff, or my son gonna be like that or whatever, because if guys are watching this, yeah. So basically, yeah, so I'd say, like, try and find good friends. Don't like be so caught up in the popular crowd. Like, I don't think I'm popular. Like, I honestly don't care if I'm popular, because my friends are like really supportive of like stuff that I do, and I don't really care if I'm popular or whatever. But if you want to hang around popular people, more than likely they're probably having sex, they're probably smoking weed, and they're probably drinking. Okay, so if you want to be like that, go ahead, because that's basically what all the popular people are like. If you don't really care, then you'd be like me and just have friends that you know that don't do bad things and actually want to do something with their life. Yeah, so I just say don't hang around people like that, unless you are like that. If you're like that, it's fine, just go ahead and be like them or whatever, but I'm not like that, so I'm not gonna hang around people that aren't like me, because that's just weird. Like, why would I hang out with someone that's nothing like me? Yeah. So yeah, just hang around the right crowds. I think that's pretty much all I can say for bullying. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And leave some comments below for some other topics or whatever that you guys want me to talk about. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye!